The art of rehabilitation, doing business with a little assistance, and
I am a beautiful young lady that believes in myself and can do anything that I want.
you'll want to stick around for all we have planned over the next half hour. I'm Adrian Atkins and welcome to another informative and entertaining installment of Jamaica Magazine. The news is on the other side of this break. Do not change the channel.
Jamaica, have to protect the life where we live, so you know, say we have to think smart. Joe! Well, this is Chino, and we need to talk to the youth them. Be careful, your friend them. People who really care about you and check for you, not gonna put you in a situation where you can end up going to prison or end up losing your life. So you need to stay focused, stay in school, work hard and don't follow no friend. And remember, a gang is a dead end.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Good day, I'm Carrie Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Friday, October 30. Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO, has facilitated a $350 million investment for a free zone to be opened in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. It will provide about 2,500 jobs. The companies operating in the zone will also provide 300 engineering scholarships to Jamaican students. JAMPRO's president, Diane Edwards, says the facility is being set up under the Jamaica Logistics Hub initiative to leverage Jamaica's connectivity and ability to manufacture products for regional markets. Among other things, the logistics center will facilitate the manufacturing of tobacco, pharmaceutical and nutraceutical products. Petroleum refinery and vehicle assembly are also planned for the space. The operation is a joint venture involving Gulf Free Americas and the China National Automotive Industry International Corporation. It will be administered by Masada Jamaica Limited, and the first phase of the project is slated for completion in June 2016. More public sector entities are seeing a reduction in their electricity bills as the government continues to retrofit state-owned buildings. Among them is the Jamaica Information Service, which saved more than $4.5 million on its energy bill between 2011 and 2015. It's the result of the implementation of government's energy efficiency and conservation program at the agency.
The government is committed. It is unrelenting in its pursuit of transforming the energy situation in our country, the way we use energy, starting with this project of energy conservation and efficiency. And we are going to continue to the very end this time.
In the meantime, JIS Chief Executive Officer Donna Marie Rowe says cost containment continues to be a key objective of the agency. She says the success of the EEC program will be shared with the public through partnership with the Energy Ministry.
The JIS is executing a public education campaign to encourage Jamaicans to become more energy efficient.
Energy efficient retrofits carried out at the JIS include the application of solar control film and a cool roof solution, as well as the retrofitting of air conditioning units. EECP is funded by the government and the Inter-American Development Bank. The Sam Sharp Teachers College in St. James is to benefit from the construction of a diagnostic and early childhood center. Cabinet has approved a $50.6 million contract for Food for the Poor to construct the facility, which is expected to be completed this fiscal year. It will have 3 diagnostic classrooms, an assessment room, and a multipurpose auditorium, among other amenities.
Presently, there is only one public educational institution for children with special needs across the parishes of Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, and that is the Landyler School of Special Education. The construction of this additional facility at Sam Sharp's Teachers College is expected to ease the current overcrowding and long waiting period which children in need of this service must undergo.
At its sitting this week, Cabinet also approved a $3.7 million contract to purchase 750,000 blank passports. The passports are being acquired through the Canadian Bank Note Company Limited and are expected to satisfy local and overseas demand for the next 3.5 to 4 years.
The blank passports are personalized by PICA using a passport issuing and control system, which is supplied and maintained by Canadian Bank Note Company.
The Information Minister says overall upgrades to the passport system continue, with a facial recognition system to come on stream by the end of this financial year. And finally, Residents in Roses Valley, St. Elizabeth now have a rehabilitated water catchment facility to supply their needs. The work was done under the Jamaica Rural Economy and Ecosystems Adapting to Climate Change JAREACH project in partnership with international organization ACDI VOCA.
I am so pleased that we were able to play a part in this and in this handover. I can assure you that we will be committed and around and continue to be there to help.
This project, ladies and gentlemen, will assist many persons, not just in this vicinity, as I said before, but beyond.
And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.
Jamaicans from all walks of life. We must save energy and help the Jamaican economy. Energy saving, we say. To that. Hey. Ease up on the energy, up on the energy. Save today, protect tomorrow. Ease up on the energy, up on the energy. Save today, protect tomorrow. Energy saving is not a maybe, it's a must.
Guided by empirical data and our own experience, we believe that rehabilitation is the best method for treating with offenders, and that we have a safer society when they are rehabilitated.
Idle hands do not make rehabilitated inmates and wards. If they're idle, we have a lot of trouble in our institutions. If they're idle, we have a serious national security issue in Jamaica. So we do not believe in idle hands, and we also do not believe in idle minds. Through the help of civilian and uniformed staff, the Department of Correctional Services has instructed inmates and wards in all the arts you see displayed here today.
I don't know if you heard, but Jamaica is getting international acclaim for making it easier to do business in the country. The World Bank recently named Jamaica one of the most improved economies in which to do business globally. That's no accident. It's the result of focused and targeted policies. But government's not stopping there. More than creating a conducive environment for doing business, it's also giving people the tools to get started. Just ask the Revel Farm, CrimeBot, and VineList creators.
Putting a business plan to paper and seeking equity funding is not that simple for young tech entrepreneurs aspiring to make it big, but government has made that possible. Through Startup Jamaica, app developers representing 60 companies were taken through a vigorous boot camp to test the viability of their products. From there, 10 were selected to go on to an accelerator program to further advance their products for financing, marketing, and business potential locally and overseas. And then it was time to seal the deal.
What we're trying to do here is to take young Jamaicans who have great ideas, who are extremely talented, but who need mentorship, business guidance, support, and access to capital, and provide them with those opportunities so that they can convert ideas into businesses.
And the business it has become for the first set of companies coming out of Startup Jamaica. We focus on 3 today: Revel Farm, CrimeBot, and the VineList. All have secured equity funding of $30,000 from Oasis 500 in Jordan.
It shows that there is value in what you're doing and people actually see value, but at the same time it lets you know that you are now responsible for the growth of your company, as there are external people involved though. It's not just in your head anymore, it's actually happening for real.
This is going to be a great opportunity, first of all because this is the first round of investment, and so in terms of demonstrating to others, especially for later capital injections or later follow-on capital coming into the company, this is a demonstration of value. Somebody has taken the first step to invest in you.
A key partner in Startup Jamaica, the World Bank has been making contact with companies and getting them on board.
it feels great to have someone on board outside of our current ecosystem who also believes in the product, and we look forward to what they can do for us and what we can learn from them.
Participants receive half of the investment in cash to support their businesses. The remainder comes in the form of training, mentorship, and technical support to get their companies ready for the global stage.
Oasis has a very high success rate where 80% of those who go through their acceleration process get follow-on funding, because they work within the entrepreneurs to refine their ideas so that they are business ready and investment ready.
The apps developed by these young entrepreneurs will offer solutions to our everyday lives.
Our intent is to eradicate crime or even bring it to its lowest point.
And to do so without fear, using the CrimeBot platform to report crime and remain unidentified. As for farmers,
our app will first give them a planting season tool that they'll be able to use. So this tool will be able to look at the weather, the soil type, and the marketability of the crop they're about to plant. And this tool would advise them on that.
And if you don't know where to find that particular item you want, don't worry.
What we did is we built something that allowed someone to pretty much post the products they're looking for specifically, and we made that accessible to merchants.
Their foundations were laid at Digital Jam 3.0 Caribbean Edition, hosted by the Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining. CrimeBot emerged the overall winner.
The feeling is unbelievable. It's rare that we get a chance to actually make a difference, and the win tells us that we can make a difference. And going forward, it just means that our next step is to do many things. Start here in Jamaica, which is where we actually started the platform, and try to expand to the Caribbean, and then further across the world if possible. And that's really the limit of CrimeBot, the world.
That was March 2014. Now, fast forward to 2015. The team is once again reaping success through government's entrepreneur building initiative, Startup Jamaica, and commended the program.
What they're doing is highly important because ideas are here, and the persons who have the ideas don't necessarily have what it takes to get it to market. So them facilitating this through Startup Jamaica will mean the gains will be exceptional in the long term. I mean, ideas that would be on paper would now become products. So it's a great program and hopefully continues.
It's very important. Capital is a very big deal, and for a company that's not this traditional to Jamaica, it's very hard to find people who are willing to invest. So when you do get that capital, it helps to push you forward and help you take the next step that's necessary to growing a young company.
It is a very good idea, and it is something that is very needed because in Jamaica here, we have a lot of brilliant minds, persons who are developers like myself, who are looking for opportunities to assist them business-wise, and also to assist them in projecting themselves so that they can become more attractive and so that they can grow from being an idea to being a product and become profitable. So I think it's a very good thing.
These are the trailblazers, charting the course for others that will follow, and the government is right there, putting them in contact with partners to make reality of their business ideas.
Householders, business people, school administrators, be on the alert. Help control the mosquito population. Destroy breeding sites. Empty old tires and all other containers where water can settle. Bore holes in old cans. Cover water drums and garbage cans. Wash flower pots and vases and clean pet dishes regularly. Protect yourself from mosquito bites. Cover your body as much as possible and use mosquito repellent containing DEET.
The Ministry of Health says Jamaica remains Zika-free, but there is no room for complacency. Leave no room for this pesky virus to make an introduction. Here's what you need to know to make Jamaica an unwelcome host for the Zika virus.
The Zika virus is transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. The Aedes aegypti is a vector. This means it's able to carry and transmit a virus to human beings. The Aedes aegypti is a vector for chikungunya, dengue fever, and now the Zika virus.
After being bitten by an infected mosquito, it takes about 3 to 12 days to come down with symptoms. The common symptoms include a fever of sudden onset, a rash, red eyes or without pus, that's a non-purulent conjunctivitis. You may have joint pains, muscle pains that are similar to other viral infections. What's kind of different about Zika has this red eye, the swelling of the legs. You may have some paralysis. One that is mentioned often is facial nerve palsy or facial nerve weakness. There may be complications, rarely, of Zika virus infection, which may require hospitalization. This is rare, however. There has been no reported deaths related to Zika virus to date. It's usually a very mild viral infection, so persons can actually stay at home with it using paracetamol. However, if you are having something that is different or severe, the suggestion is for you to seek medical attention. You can also transmit the Zika virus to others. So the recommendation is once you believe you have an infection caused by a mosquito, you are to prevent yourself from being bitten. That means using mosquito repellents and mosquito nets and so on.
To get rid of the Zika-causing Aedes aegypti mosquito, we all have to be vigilant and proactive. And it starts right there in your home.
All mosquitoes will breed in still water, but Aedes aegypti specifically will breed in a containerized environment. So the public needs to understand it. So it's not in your gully, it's not in your rivers or the drains that are blocked that needs to be cleaned. But as it relates to the control of this vector, you're looking for containers in and around your homes that are able to do so.
Outside the home, pay attention to garden implements that may retain water, such as a wheelbarrow or a flower pot and saucer. Also, check pet feeding containers, kiddies' swimming pools, broken bottles, tin cans, buckets, and paint cans. Mosquitoes also breed in broken tree limbs, brick fences, uncovered drums and barrels, tires within the home, the draining trays of dish drainers, the bottom of the refrigerator, and unused toilet bowls. They also like cool, dark places such as closets, cupboards, and underneath beds. Remember,
this particular mosquito, the Aedes aegypti mosquito, she feeds inside and she rests inside.
While there are no known or suspected cases of the Zika virus on the island, the Aedes aegypti mosquito also spreads dengue fever and the chikungunya virus. So we have to ensure that our homes and our communities are not mosquito breeding sites.
Good girls evolve into beautiful, successful ladies, but not without encouragement and support. Let's get in the zone, the school zone, to see how one group of young ladies was reminded of their awesome potential and empowered to achieve great things.
I am a beautiful young lady that believes in myself and can do anything that I want.
I am kind-hearted, I'm very determined, and I believe in myself. I am beautiful, intelligent, talented, and words cannot bring me down.
They spoke those words of affirmation at the first staging of their school's Girls' Day. Over 300 girls from the inner city-based school celebrated their femininity as they received the powerful message of self-love from successful women and men. The goal was simple: to turn these good girls into beautiful, successful ladies.
Because we realize that many of these young ladies have no role models. We find that in the communities they have to be living two different lives. You come to school, you're a model student, but when you go back home you have to blend in with your community. So we're trying to help them to find the balance between being a student, a potential youth and world leader, and exactly how you go about it.
I gotta believe in me, 'cause if I have self-esteem.
The first and most important thing is to exercise self-respect. You must learn to respect yourself.
Turn me away from the rise.
A successful woman is a lady who is hardworking, persistent, diligent, beautiful both in and out, and don't give up no matter the circumstances.
Even though she had struggles, she managed to overcome it and become a successful woman.
A woman who is goal-oriented. A perfect example of a successful woman is the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
I am beautiful, no matter what they say.
She was told that she was worthless.
Unfortunately, all too often we hear girls being told this: you're nobody. Perhaps you're watching and you were told you weren't special, but you're not alone. In fact, one woman in the corporate world shared how she did not let the negative words spoken to her affect the woman she could and would become.
When I was a child growing up, I had two sisters, and for some reason they looked a little different from me. Both of them had what we call long hair, and they were lighter complexion, and some people thought they were prettier than me. Now, as a child, I remember my mother introducing all three of us, and when she got to me, she would say, "Oh, and this is the ugly one." Now, if I had sat down and internalized that, internalize what that means, if me did sit down and believe that the ugly one, that I would have been thinking to myself all along that I'm ugly and so on. But guess what? Thank God, my mother also recognized that I was bright. So she would also say, she's the bright one. Ladies, I'm going to ask you to stop saying negative things to yourself right here and now.
I think it is very important because the Bible said that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and we should speak positive things over our life. I think it's time for young ladies to start acting like ladies and believe in themselves and have the strength and the courage to overcome each and every situation that they're going through, because we are more than conquerors.
Wow, some real powerful words there from Calicia, who, as we can hear, was certainly impacted by that session. Now, another major issue that was tackled was sexual relations. As young girls, you should certainly know where you stand on this issue.
17, now she just come out of school. She never listen when her mama set the rule.
Everybody knows that the little young girl them have pure little boyfriend around the place. Wrong, alright? No, seriously. You have different levels of friendship and different levels of relationship. It's quite natural and quite normal to have the support of a friend who is from the opposite sex. Wrong, alright? But telling you say, at this level, you're not supposed to be having sexual intercourse with boys. You're supposed to be dealing with the improvement of yourself and moving up academically. Wrong, alright?
We are the girls of Dunoon Park Technical High School. Diligence with persistence for excellence. Keep watching Zone Zone.
They're excited, aren't they? But what have they learned so far?
You must really listen to what others says about you. You must be yourself.
To believe in yourself, no matter what others people say things about you, you must not give up. try pushing harder and don't let them degrade you.
This message to persevere was shared by reggae singer Ikea, who had the girls hooked on her melody and message.
The greatest love of all is? The greatest love of all is? Loving yourself. Okay. And where are my strong, independent young ladies?
So from your mind conceive, then you shall achieve it. Don't make them stop you with them bad energy. Yeah. Them no love only, but them a free. Them no want me for people. Now make me fly away. Fly like a
From the Noon Girls Day, keep believing, keep achieving, and keep being successful.
No one can hold me down. Just watch me win this crown.
That's it for the show. If you missed anything or just want to see it all again, go to our website jis.gov.jm. Our features are also on YouTube. We're all about getting feedback on our productions, so don't be shy about using our email to comment. It's jamaicamagazine@gis.gov.jm. We're also friendly with Twitter and Facebook, so link up with us on those social media platforms. And don't forget to download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. If you forgot, I'm Adrian Atkinson, and you've been watching Jamaica Magazine. See you next time.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.